How would you spend your time and resources if you had complete financial freedom? 1. It seems like nobody here knows that FU money is just enough to not be obligated to anyone anymore. Insert that movie clip where the old guy tells Mark Wahlberg what to do with $2 million. You get up $2.5 million, any idiot in the world knows what to do. You get a house with a 25-year roof, an indestructible economy car, and you put the rest into the system at 3 to 5%, then you pay your taxes. That's your base. Get me? That's your fortress of FU solitude. That puts you, for the rest of your life, at a level of FU. 2. Just so you know, fancy hotels in some countries are pretty cheap. My wife and I saw a 9-day trip to northern Vietnam advertised for $8,000 per person, not including travel to and from Vietnam. We were in Singapore already, so we copied the itinerary and did the trip for $2,000 each. We even stayed an extra day, making it 10 days. Most hotels were 5-star with free breakfast. We do not drink, so we save money there. $2,000 is nothing to sneeze at, but my point is, you do not need FU money to travel to many places, such as Southeast Asia, for example. Eastern Europe is supposed to be cheap. I have never been there myself but want to go. In our younger days, we used to backpack everywhere, and you can cut those prices by 70% if you are on a budget. We would do 2 or 3-star hotels and eat street food. Some hotels were quite nice, some not so nice. 3. I would buy a medium-sized farm. I would hire people to help me run it and pay them a real wage. I would keep my farm's produce local, selling it at a price people can afford. I would set up community fridges where people can take what they need and leave what they have. I would make art, not because I am particularly talented, but because I enjoy creating. I would find and support talented local artists and makers. I would create a maker's space with tools and classes for everyone, focusing on programs for children. I would find out what the local schools need and provide it. That is what I would do with FU money. 4. If I suddenly walked into $1 billion? Well, I would buy a game studio and have them make some dream games for me. Games that might be too niche or not mainstream enough to get a green light from a publisher, or that might be too expensive to gamble on. Like, Where's My Spore 2? They could make a Spore clone without Electronic Arts breathing down their neck. I would also buy a local apartment building and just live on the top floor. I would keep rent basically at cost or just above cost, and I would personally interview everyone who wanted to live in the building so I could get to know them. I would want to buy local small businesses and tell them, you just keep being you. I think I would also want to buy random businesses just to experience managing or working at them for a while. For example, I could buy a grocery store and work as a stocker or cashier for a bit, until I got bored and wanted to move on. Otherwise, I would not change much beyond making sure that the income exceeded expenditure. 5. I would literally just invest half into a stock portfolio that I would hire someone to manage, paying them really well to ensure it continued to grow. I would use the other half to end homelessness in my community, kickstart harm reduction resource groups, and create more accessible domestic abuse survivor shelters. I think I would be so incredibly happy adding to the examples we have been given of communities doing this that have been even more successful than expected. The more I gained from my stocks, the more I would put into fundraising and donating to different causes that need attention the most in my community. It would also serve as more proof that one person, given they have FU money, truly has the ability to do all of that. So, why do those at the top not want to do any of it?